Weather, what has been happening with Mother Nature? We've seen some good, really good precipitation the end of June and so far the beginning of July, which is really good with helping to get Dillon Reservoir 100% full, despite ongoing long-term drought. The water is being carefully managed by the Denver Water Board, and there's been less water released into the Blue River, which is affecting a lot of different things. And they're also saying there's been lower demand this year on the east side of the tunnel on the eastern slope. Even though snowpack was below average, recent precipitation is above normal. There's not, the precipitation recently hasn't been enough to make that big of a difference. There's not enough water for rafting on the Blue River. And there's also some voluntary fishing restrictions, which is, I'm not quite sure how often this happens, but voluntary. They're asking people to stop fishing when the water temperature approaches 70 degrees. And this is the Colorado River between Kremling and Rifle. They've got extremely low water flows and warm water temperatures. So there's a possibility of mandated fishing restrictions, but they're asking for everybody's help to conserve the fishery resource. So we can all do that, right? Wildfires. Summit County is currently in stage 1 fire restrictions. We were stage 1 and then went to stage 2, and then we got all the precipitation the end of June, beginning of July. Yay. Put us back at stage 1, which is a good place to be. Air quality has been majorly impacted here recently with the Morgan Creek wildfire in Routt County, north of us, and western states, Idaho, Montana, California, Oregon, and they're also still battling the Sylvan fire in Eagle. So it has been some very smoky and hazy days here in Summit County recently. And if you have not done this yet, go to scalert.org, summitcountyalert.org, but just SC. And they will notify. It's a really good resource for locals and visitors, second homeowners, for us to be communicated with as a community. For instance, the most recent one was about the air quality and how the air quality is being impacted. And there aren't fires in Summit County, don't call 911. If there's evacuation notices, if there's utility outages, if there are wildfires, floods, hazmat, things like that. So scalert.org for some very good local information to keep you in the know. There was an article recently in the Aspen Times that talked about the National Weather Service forecasters and Climate Prediction Center in Maryland issuing a La Nina watch a week ago. La Nina is affected by temperatures in the Pacific and causes the jet stream to push storms to the northern part of the country. Their 3-month outlook shows temperatures likely 50 to 60% of being higher than normal here, with precipitation back down to 33 to 50% below normal for our area, which is not a good thing. Beginning of a possible drying trend that might flow into at least early part of the 21-22 winter and ski and snowboard season. The long range forecast, upcoming winter, higher than normal temps through the winter and below normal precipitation for at least the first half of the winter. And they're predicting normal precipitation levels for the second half. So always interesting to hear, I don't know how they forecast and predict 7 days out, much less 3 to 6 to 12 months out. But there's lots of forecasts and models out there and a lot of history that shows what resources they need to look at to make their predictions.